Okay, so today we're diving into the brand new Vitamix X2, and after testing it for several weeks, I've got a bold prediction. You're not just gonna love this blender, you're gonna end up buying two. So stick around as we explore why this might just be the easiest Vitamix to recommend yet. Let's talk features because the X2 is packed with them. Like all X series Vitamix Ascent models, the X2 comes standard with the dishwasher-safe 48-ounce container. This is the Goldilocks of Vitamix containers. It can make everything. Smoothies, shakes, hot soup, all of them restaurant quality, and spoiler alert, this is why your store-bought smoothies taste so good. It was probably made in a Vitamix. This isn't marketing fluff. This is why powdered sugar tastes so different than granulated sugar from a little packet. But this particular container brings versatility. Ice cream for one or two. You're good. Enjoy. Cheers. You're welcome. Cheers, buddy. Smoothie bowls for one or two. Nut butters for one or two. Dressing for tonight. So for beginners, for homes of one or two people, the upside is incredibly great. And the downside is pretty limited. It's pretty tough to screw up anything in the 48-ounce narrow-bodied container. Let's talk about ergonomics. You have the rubber handle on the container, which is great, but on the X2 specifically, you have design that's so good, you're not gonna notice it. You have the switches that are familiar to the beloved Pro 750. Wasn't prepared to say this, but I think that this one is gonna go through the community of people with visual disabilities, because it's all tactile controls. You can hear the settings and the programs and where you are on the variable speeds. You have a few good color options. What you're looking at right now is midnight blue. It looks really nice in our kitchen. The X2 comes with a tamper holder, which is a nice touch. It fits really nicely on either side, and having a dedicated spot for your tamper is pretty great. Tamper is part of the Vitamix user experience, and life is better when everything has its place. Of course, the X2 has variable speed controls, 1 through 10. You can operate it manually, but it also has essential programs for walkaway blending. Smoothies, hot soups, frozen dessert. Plus, there's a dedicated button for the cleaning cycle. It's as though it has all the programs that you need and nothing more. Are you kind of seeing where we're going with this? The design of the X2 feels confident but not flashy. It's as though it's not trying to be the center of attention, but it's not hiding in the corner either. You got the 10-year warranty, so a full decade of peace of mind. So how old are you now? Subtract 10 years, and that's how long this thing is gonna be working for you, at a minimum. And warranty schwarranty, this is the greatest warranty that you're never gonna need. Around 1% of Vitamixes are ever sent in for service. But if you are one of those unlucky ones, they pick it up, they fix it, they send it back to you at zero cost. Compatibility. The X2 is compatible with the food processor attachment and any future Ascent-only attachments that Vitamix offers if they ever re-release the 8 and the 20-ounce containers. So the X2, it's a blender, it's a system upon which you can grow. I gotta stop and pause. Hey, if you appreciate videos like this, if you're feeling good, if you're like, not miserable watching this, you can hit that thumbs up. It's kind of helpful. Or thumbs down, that's fine too. Any sort of interaction is great. From a noise output perspective, the X2 falls right in line with the rest of the X series. It's especially noticeable with the cleaning cycle on this. They configured it so it doesn't ever get to variable speed 10. So assuming you're running the cleaning cycle every single time you use it, you're gonna be experiencing less noise just because of how this thing is programmed. Two things about the X2 that are a little disappointing. First of all, the tamper holder. I wish it was a little more sturdy. I pointed this out in our X5 review. You can watch that one next. You'll see it when you get it. It kind of doesn't stay together, maybe like you'd hope it to. Really not a big deal, but worth pointing out. And my other hesitation in recommending the X2 is that it doesn't come with a cookbook, which produces a little bit of risk that people might not be totally successful when they choose this model, and that's okay, we'll just set them up with one of ours. Moving on. Let's show the X2 in action. This is us making a green smoothie. It's our OMG green smoothie. Orange mango greens. Super easy, nice and clean. One of those smoothies where you could just give to someone blindfolded and they would have no idea it's a green smoothie. Good?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's like juice bar perfect. And that's a really good one that we don't make enough.
Really good. Yeah. And for my next trick, did you know I was a magician as a child? The Great Lantini? You never stop being a magician. For my next trick, we're gonna make our cashew queso, which is red peppers, cashews, some seasoning, a little bit of liquid. What you get is a hot cheese dip. This is one of our most popular recipes, and it's especially cool because it demonstrates the Vitamix's ability to make hot soup from cold ingredients using friction alone. It's a blade spinning super duper fast. It's like when you're outside and you're cold, you rub your hands together and they feel warm. And while this is blending, while this is heating, while this is turning into our cashew queso, I want to show you what I think is going to happen when people get one of these X2s. Based on how easy it is to use, how easy it is to clean, how it just works. It works well, it works without any hesitation into your intuition, and it's gonna be working for you for the next decade of your life. I think the Vitamix X2 is the best Vitamix blender now. It's the best of everything. There's nothing to intimidate. There's high upside, there's very low downside risk for non-adoption, and here's my bold prediction. I think if you buy an X2, you're eventually gonna buy a second one. Hear me out. You're a new dad who got an X2 for making smoothies and shakes, but also baby food. It fits your budget, it can do all the things, you can grow with it, right? And then you realize one day, oh man, my empty nester parents really need one of these things. They're gonna make smoothies, they're gonna explore in the kitchen together, they're gonna elevate their culinary game for when we come over for dinner. Mom and Dad, here you go. Now please put this thing to use so you can walk my child down the aisle. Or maybe you're one of those empty nesters and you visit our site, you're inspired by one of our before and after stories, you get an X2 and you're like, oh, gotta get a housewarming gift for our kid. And then you've got those folks who've had a Vitamix for 10, 20, 30 years. It's some form of the 5200. For them, jumping to the X2, it's gonna feel like home, but better. This one can fit on the counter assembled under the cabinets. This one has a little bit of programming for walkaway blending. The container is the same shape that you're coming from. It's gonna be an easy transition and you're like, oh, wow, I have that childhood friend who just had a health scare and really could benefit from one of these. If you've had a Vitamix for a long time or you've been with us for a long time, leave a comment and let us know, like, tell us your story. It might help some people. All right, one more. Let's take a look at the X2 making ice cream. Nice cream, specifically banana ice cream, using the frozen dessert program. So I'm adding about half a cup of liquid. This is almond milk, 1.5 cups of frozen bananas, and 1.5 cups of frozen strawberries. You can hear they're frozen solid, but I let them sit on the counter for about 5 minutes to make them just a little bit less like rocks. Top on, lid plug out, tamper in, dial to the frozen dessert setting, and press the switch to start. I'm going to use the tamper to gently push the ingredients down into the blade with the top on. The tamper will never touch the blade. You could do this without the frozen dessert setting, but this does the ramp up and ramp down for you. It may seem like you're hurting your machine, but as long as you use high speed, which you are because you're using the program, and as long as you're holding the container near the base so it doesn't rock, this is a straightforward task for the X2. It's made to do this. We served this for dinner last night to our kids, and why not? Throw some sprinkles on top, give it a little texture, a little extra pizzazz. This recipe made about 5 scoops, and if you're not going to eat them all, scoop them anyway. Freeze them pre-portioned like this, and when you're ready to eat them, put them on the counter for a bit until they soften up. Here's the cleaning cycle in action. A little bit of warm water, couple drops of soap. Really, that's the magic with any Vitamix that you get. The blade is fixed to the container, which makes it super easy to clean. You don't have to get in there and disassemble and scrub with a toothbrush. And yeah, I genuinely believe everyone's gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna get X2. But if it makes you feel any better, here's how I might be wrong. Because to buy a second one, you gotta buy the first one in the first place. And the X2 might not be for everyone. Compared to the X4 and the X5, some folks might prefer a more high-end feel with maybe some of those extra features. The classic 5200, there's gonna be people who still prefer that industrial vibe. Yes, there's gonna be folks who just want the very cheapest Vitamix, and this is not that. And then there's the A3500, which has sort of become an aspirational icon. I can pat myself on the back for that. Decade of touting that machine. And there's gonna be people who are like, we have a big family. We need the 64-ounce container right away. We don't want to have to buy the second container from the outset. For them, the X2 might not be the best fit. If you decided that the X2 aligns with your needs and fits your lifestyle, we have a link in the description that you can use. It helps support our work. Let me know if you have any questions. We are here to help. This is what we do. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. My goal is always to help you come to your own conclusions and just show you what I'm seeing. But I think if I could articulate the biggest difference in the design between Ascent 1.0, the A3500 and the 2500 versus the X series, it's just that it feels less like muscular, like less like a bodybuilder, like a statement piece, than the X series that are kind of just like, yeah, what's up? I like to run now. I'm not really hitting the gym anymore. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.